All right, now let's take you to Ethiopia now, where a flood of ancient Ethiopian artifacts have appeared for sale on websites, raising suspicion that they could have been plundered from churches during the conflict in Tigray. This is according to the reports we got. Now, centuries-old relics, including scrolls, manuscripts, and Bibles, are being sold online in some online marketplaces for only a few £100s.
The trafficking of Ethiopian cultural goods existed, but since the war between the TPLF and federal authorities started, a surge in ancient artifacts for sale was observed. It is unclear how many objects were stolen, but professors have recommended internet users to upload the information to the Interpol Stolen Works of Arts database if they come across Ethiopian objects adverts. So take note of that if you're also listening to us this morning. Just in case you come across any of such, please go ahead and make that report. Well, let's bring Abdinoor Aden for more on this. Abdinoor, am I right to tell people to actually make this report should they find any of that? Besides that, tell us about these artifacts being sold online.
Very good morning to you, Olu and Johansson. Actually, November last year, the country was really celebrating after some of its artifacts that were looted 153 years ago were brought back into the country. And it's indeed shocking that the start of this year, we're having now complaints against the looting of the artifacts during the 14-month or long ongoing the Ethiopian conflict. Now, we've seen Professor Hagos Abai, the call has been ongoing for urging the people to return back or even to report to Interpol and other agencies on some of the artifacts that were sold online. It is indeed shocking.
All right, Abdinoor, I mean, right now we know that these artifacts are online. Don't you think people or the people in government or the technocrats need to actually trace and find ways to get to those sites rather than sitting pretty, waiting for people to report the sites to them?
Actually,
all right, I think we lost the connection to Abdinoor there. Hopefully he joins us right back to expatiate on this particular story. It's indeed one story that everyone needs to know, selling artifacts online.
I mean, Joe, right now the internet is quite accessible and it can be traced. Whatever is uploaded can be traced if we want to. If we have the right people there who can trace these things, they can be traced. And if we say it's been uploaded online, it shouldn't be an issue getting or tracking who uploaded it, the site where it was uploaded, how to get to the people, rather than wait for us, for me and you to report the situation. Abdinoor Aden, I think we have you back on the program. Good morning, Abdin. Right, now you were about to give us answers as to why the government needs to wait for people to report.
Yeah, you know, during the confusion in the conflict, nobody knew what was lost. And now the alarms have been raised when this online trend started becoming more prominent and people are cashing in using eBay and other online stores. Now, the situation currently is that some of whistleblowers, such as Professor Abra and others, have really been, you know, alarmed by the rate at which people are trying to trade in these artifacts. So the government's capacity, especially in collecting and storing some of these historical artifacts, has been a challenge. And many countries in Africa have the challenge of not having strong archives and artifacts protection, either policies and storage and even online archives.
All right, Abdinoor, can you tell us how long this sales has been ongoing?
Well, before the raise of the alarm, actually this has been going on, especially the last 14 months, and during the period of you know, when the conflicts situation cooled down in the middle of or towards the end of last year. This is when people found actually, wow, I can actually trade in this one for a number of dollars and pounds. So this trade started booming towards the end of 2021, and it's really contradictory to the success the government was reporting in bringing back some of the 13 historical artifacts that were lost 153 years ago.
All right, lastly, Abdinoor, have the number of these stolen objects have been ascertained, and how hopeful is the call for people to report any website that advertises any of the objects? Do you think it's going to work?
Well, we've already had the statements from eBay, and it actually took action after complaints were raised by historians, mostly And you know, the I cannot say the shocking, but I can say the beautiful thing about this is that actually the alams weren't really raised from within Ethiopia. It was actually raised by historians. Some of them are Tigray historians based in different countries abroad. And maybe this is because of they were informed by some of the people back in Ethiopia. And actually their efforts have led to companies such as eBay statement stopping the sale of these items. And eBay has already removed some of the antiqua from its websites. And currently, what the works that are going on is to trace some of the people who either who bought those items and those who traded in. And it's really shocking because previously they were able to be traced to governments or to countries that had taken them during the pre-colonial and the colonial times. But now it's a bit complicated because it was being traded in by looters.
All right, thank you so much, Abdinoor Aden, for giving us the latest in this story. We will be following closely as it develops.
Thank you so much, Olu and Johan.